Welcome to LG Information Display Tech Seminar 2016 in Dubai. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Arun Jong from Information Display Marketing Communication, and I'll be the MC today. On behalf of LG Information Display, it is indeed a great pleasure for me to welcome all of you to this seminar. Thank you for coming, and especially thanks for taking valuable time for your busy schedule. This seminar aims not only to introduce our innovative technologies, but also to share our vision and strengthen mutual relationship. So we welcome all your questions you may have regarding to our company, products, and solutions. Please do not hesitate to ask or share your opinion with us. In the session that lie ahead, we'll learn about a broad range of subjects. Let me briefly explain today's schedule. Before starting, we have a great fortune to welcome Mr. Soon Won, the President of LG Information Display Business, who will give us a welcome address. And then, at the morning session, we'll have a new product introduction session, which is comprising of digital signage and hotel TV. Our strategic direction of 2016 and innovative products such as OLED, 86-inch ultra stretch, Videowall, and new hotel solution will be introduced in the morning. After that, we'll move on to the restaurant Rim Al Wabadi to have some lunch, and we'll come back to this auditorium to have a live demonstration of Videowall and 86-inch ultra stretch. And then we prepare 4 in-depth tech sessions for the afternoon. You will be divided into 4 groups to take part in the session alternately. After that, we'll wrap up with a cruise dinner, enjoying the delicious food and the night of Dubai. I think that a whole day could be rather long, but I'm sure you will have a fruitful day with us. Okay, then let's get started with the welcome address from Mr. Soon Won. Please welcome him with a big hand of applause.
Good morning. My name is Sun Kwon. My job is to take care of global information display business. We call it information display, but more common description would be public display, which includes public signage, hotel TVs, any derivative product from these 2 particular product segments. Welcome to LG's Tech Seminar this year. We wanted to make it a common practice to invite our business partners and get the feedback from them, and also having an opportunity to introduce whatever available with us as a new product and solutions. So this is a great time for us to interact with each other. I don't think it has to be just one-way communication. It has to be two-way communication between both of us. Looking at LG's, my business, our business performance for this year, it has been a good starting quarter, showing approximately 30% business growth over 2015. It varies by continent. Some regions are showing real good growth, and some product also shows good business growth. And in the meantime, some regions are sinking. But in overall, I think LG's public display business are showing better performance than other brands. For us, in any business, B2C or B2B, whatever, having a great product is the prerequisite to the success of your business. If you want to be a real business leader, a leading brand in the market, you have to have a product. And in that aspect, I believe that LG now can claim that we have the best product in line in the market. We have worked very hard for the last many years. And I know that you gentlemen have been in the business for a long time. And if you compare what LG has today versus what we had 2 to 3 years ago, there is a clear difference of the leadership in the product. And I'm very proud of telling this story to you. And we are working hard, and we will work hard to deliver this new product and differentiate product into the market. And a few examples we will unveil. And probably you might have some information about what we have today. Okay, we are showing 86-inch ultra stretch, which we have displayed here. And as many media have already delivered the message, we have strengthened our product portfolio in OLED. So today, I think you will have more insightful information about the OLED. And we have worked narrow bezel Videowall too. So there are so many products with LG which have not been available maybe 2 years ago. So I'm talking about how important it is that you have to have a good product, right product, okay, and differentiate product in the market to be successful in the business. And secondly, the partnership we have developed, and we would like to develop for the future between us and our partners. Nothing is more important than this. The right understanding and the proper understanding of each other's strength and the value is very, very important for us. So taking this opportunity of meeting together, we would like to get as many feedbacks as possible from you. Some we can respond quickly. Some we may need to take more time to respond, but we want to know whatever pain point you have in the market. And that will make us work harder. And that will also strengthen our mutual relationship and ultimately will result in the better business performance. Okay, and again, telling you how important it is to have the product leadership and a good partnership based on this good product. So my role is ultimately to take care of the growth and the profit, but to make that happen, we have to have good backbone of the technology and the product. So we'll work hard and try to deliver more differentiated and more advanced, more innovative product to you. So since I'm here today and tomorrow, I would like to have more interaction with you. So please feel free to let us know, and we'll discuss, and hopefully we can find a solution there or in the future. Thank you, and welcome to LG's great seminar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Soon-won, for your warm and inspiring speech. Let's deeply step into today's seminar. Please welcome Mr. Devojit Das for the introduction of 2016 new digital signage. Please welcome him with a big hand of applause.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to the MEA Tech Seminar. And thank you so much for taking your valuable time out to spend the day with us. Now, I will be taking you through the new product introductions for 2016, and this presentation has been divided into 5 parts. The first part, we will try and understand the various product categories that LG has today. And the second part of the presentation, we will be focusing on what makes our standard product range differentiated, what brings value to it. The third part of the presentation, we will focus deeply into the unique products, the innovative products, the products that is completely new in the market, which LG is launching. The fourth part of the presentation, we will focus on product-based solutions, products which is more complete and which will reduce the time to the market for you. And the fifth part of the presentation, but not the least important, is the software solutions. Because digital signage without software is meaningless. Now let's start with the product category. As our team leader mentioned, that today our global position in the market, which is in a leading position, is because of the wide range and the right product solutions that we have. Let me explain the key product ranges. The first is the standard products. Now within that, we have many subcategories like standalone products, entry-level products, large format displays, and video wall. The second category of products will be the new innovative range like OLED and ultra stretch. The third category would be the product solutions like transparent signage, high brightness, and also some accessories like digital easels. Fourth product category, which is very vital and integral part of this package, is the software solutions. Now let's start with the standard products. Now we have selected few key topics to discuss because the time is limited. The first topic that we'll talk about is the WebOS platform refresh. Second, in details about the large format displays that we have and the new video wall model. Now, WebOS for us has been a game changer. 2 years back when LG invested on this technology, which is open source, and invited partners and system integrators to collaborate with us, it made a lot of change. Now let us take a small step back and look at what it does. Most of the people in the room, I'm sure, has already dealt with WebOS. But many of you who is seeing it for the first time, it will give you a clear understanding what WebOS does. Then we will talk about where we are going next. So let's watch a short video on WebOS.
Digital signage used to be complicated, but LG made a better way. It's called WebOS. WebOS is the smart, web-centric, open-source platform solution that is perfect for your business. With a web-centric, open-source platform, WebOS applications are endlessly customizable, easy to design, and internet-ready with HTML5. WebOS's cross-platform output lets you design projects that can be used multiple times on on any platform or device, saving you time and money. Your total cost of operation will also decrease with WebOS's built-in media player. All you need is a LAN connection, saving you up to $588 over the next 3 years. But don't take our word for it. Here's what some of our customers have to say about WebOS.
What that means is that we're able to build highly testable, highly reusable code that targets this platform. One of the many, many advantages of using HTML5 to build a digital signage solution.
LG SoC WebOS platform enables us to deploy content without the need of a PC, and we are able to deploy the content throughout the country very flexibly, point-based, screen-based, and hence, therefore, we could eliminate the need of posters, which is also easy in the life at the stores for the store manager.
The reasons we chose WebOS over and above that is the total cost of ownership is very, very low, no media players, reliability is extremely high, media players built in, chance of failing is extremely low.
Since we are doing our digital signage for this, mainly, I think that engineers makes really good help to us and in cooperation with them we can use find solutions to complement it.
We've also found that since September last year, the developer portal has kind of had a significant number of updates and improvements, and the forum has been great. We find that our questions are answered quickly, efficiently, and it's been a real pleasure to work with you guys.
Find a smart solution perfect for your business with WebOS. A web-centric open source platform, easy, customized applications, web-ready HTML5, multiple use, cross-platform design, reduced TCO with built-in media player, and excellent developer support. Be the next WebOS partner for the success of your business.
Now, that gives us an insight into where WebOS is. Many of the partners in this room, I believe, have already used WebOS, and you have already deployed many applications. And some of the top software vendors are already integrated on this platform today. But what Mark mentioned from Signage Live, is a very important thing. The journey has not stopped, it's continuing. And there is a huge improvement which is happening right now. Currently, the version which we are using is WebOS 2.0, and WebOS 3.0 is being launched. Now, there are many benefits that it is bringing through. Let us quickly understand what those benefits are. If you can look at the left-hand side, we have summarized 5 key topics here: video performance, PC-less solution, network security, embedded CMS, and connectivity. Let me walk you through that quickly. Video performance, when we talk about system-on-chip based playback, one of the major concerns is video performance. Now, if you imagine, the last version which we are using is having a 1 second for a gapless playback for MPEG-4 video. Now, that's reducing to 0.1 second with the 3.0. That's a huge jump. If you look at content rotation, typically these are constrained with system-on-chip playback. Now, WebOS 2.0 and 3.0 both supports that. If you look at picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture, which is a very elemental requirement in many signages, is now supported by WebOS 2.0. Not only that, we are supporting it from the internal memory. That means even if you do not have external input to the screens, multiple input, you can actually play back content from the system-on-chip, and you could have picture-in-picture and picture-by-picture, maximizing the signage application. Now, this is further enhanced by another important feature in video performance, that is video streaming. WebOS 2.0 supported HTTP live streaming protocol, but that is not enough. Today it supports RTSP, RSP, UDP, which is the most prevalent standard in IP-based video streaming. So we expect that this will be a major push for the signage industry, for our partners to deploy such solutions on the system on chip. PC-less solution. Last year already so many video walls have been deployed. The 55V7B model. Without the use of a controller, we are doing video walls now. And with a high quality, you can see over there yourself. Where we are maximizing the throughput in each screen to full HD, using the system on chip, using the web voice platform built into the screens. Now, one of the constraints was we could do only one single content layout. But that is going now. Now we are able to do scheduled plays. I will talk about it later in details. So we are talking about a lot of cost of reduction for the end customer. Network security. Earlier, only system integrators or the software vendor apps were supported with the web host layer. But now the supersign HTTPS is also supported. So that brings in more flexibility from our side. We'll be discussing more. Proxy server. When you deploy such system on chip based, screen based application on a large deployment in a distributed network, one of the key requirements is the ability to set the proxy server. Because say Etisalat or in some countries say STC usually blocks, Now these settings can be done in the new version. So I can actually do bypassing the proxy server and others. If you look at the content management server, the last version we are having used to support only landscape limited number of formats. But the new version supports both landscape and portrait. And the number of formats is increasing. Not only that, now we can use the screen as a server and control a group of screens, which is amazing. So basically in an environment, I can take a screen as a server. I have edited the content. I can use the screen as a server and manage a group of screens, deploy the content. So it's going to make the application far more easier. And finally, connectivity. Beacon was a step forward. Nobody else had it when we deployed Beacon last year, with LG Beacon embedded in our screens with the web voice platform. But this year, we are also extending the support to iBeacon and Eddystone. So it's almost covering the top manufacturers. But the very important one is WebRTC. We are going to talk about in details. Basically, video chat and voice chat is supported by this middleware platform, by web voice. So a system integrator can now develop video chat and voice chat on our platform so you can give interactive signages. So let's understand some of these key features in a little more details. When I say PIP or PPP, what does it mean? We are talking about a picture and picture within a picture. It's a subscreen. And I can now flip it, change the position. So I can do it also from my system on chip. The second part of it, if it is picture by picture next to it, then I can do it in both landscape and portrait. And I can also change the aspect ratio, make it fill up the full screen. When we talk about PC-less video wall, as I mentioned earlier, we already are doing it with the current WebOS 2.0. We are pushing the content over the network, splice it, and play it back in full resolution in the screens. But the limitation was single content. Now I can do a content playlist. So I can even change. Instead of one single content, I can have multiple contents and then flip it again to something else. So this will further extend the usability in video world. Touch. From single point touch in WebOS 2.0, now we are supporting 10-point touch, which is a huge jump. And basically in touch-based application, this means your total cost of ownership is definitely going down. You're taking out a PC from the whole environment. And also a failure point, not just the cost. Now, coming to the group manager or the content management server, earlier we could take our laptop or Android device, hook up to a screen, take over the content, edit it, save it, and play it back at a screen level. Now, I can take the screen as a server, manage a group of screens. So if I have to push the same content to say 5 screens, I can do that. So it's becoming far more easier because you don't have to go to individual screen and change the content. Now this could be the next disruptive move from us, because if you look at the bigger video conferencing companies like Polycom, Cisco, and all these companies, they are also adopting the web standards. And we have it already supported in the WebOS middleware. So if the system integrator can develop the application for the voice chat or video chat, you can take the signage to the next level, the interactive advertisement as we may call it. Imagine it's a retail shop, say a telecom retail, Etisalat or STC or Oridu. Now you have a negotiation going on and the customer is asking for some feature which the local store manager doesn't know. He can do a voice chat or a video chat with the product manager, close the deal. Now you're taking the level of signage to a different dimension. And this kind of feature can be extended to corporate, to government, to education. So this this feature could be a major enhancement for the signage industry. Now coming to the large format, we already had done very well with our 84 and 98 inch screen, but the market had a demand for 70-inch plus size. So we have introduced a 75-inch model with multiple brightness, 350 nit and 500 nit in March and April this year. But we are not stopping at that. We are going to see a model of 86 inch, which is around the corner, which is going to get launched in June. And we have it up for demonstration and physical demonstration later today. And these large screens, all of them support the PIP PVP function. So which makes it very, very useful, because when you have a large screen, you can show multiple pictures. And especially in the for the PVP mode, you can support 4 in both landscape and portrait. Now going over to the next topic, which is the Videowall. I mean, most of you are already conversant with our new 0.9mm bezel Videowall, 55V87B. Let's talk about some of the features first. Now when we say a Videowall, what does it mean? It's a culmination of collected displays. But usually it is not at the same eye level, it is at a higher level. It is not near to you, it's far from you. So the Videowall, to be good Videowall, has to have certain attributes. Like, it should be borderless. When you're looking at it, you should not see the bezel. It should be uniform between the displays. It should have a wide viewing angle. That means from any side, you should be able to view the content clearly. And then finally, it should be easy to install. Now, the LG's product, if you look at it closely, has basically matched each of these requirements. When we say borderless, it is already 0.9mm bezel video. And we give you an immersive experience. When you look at the screen, you actually look at the content, you don't look at the bezel. When we talk about uniformity between displays, we are talking about a white balancing 90%, which we already achieved last year, 90% white uniformity. Now this year we have introduced 2 processes which I'm going to talk about: Videowall image creation at factory level and high-speed and precise calibration using camera, not just a spider, not just an extended device. So we'll talk about these 2 in details. Wide viewing angle, I think everybody knows, is the inherent benefit of IPS technology. And LG is the world's largest producer of IPS panels. So we produce Videowalls which gives you better viewability at an angle. And on the easy installation, there are many finer points that we are going to discuss, like cable lengths and other things. Let's look at the even bezel. We have a 0.9mm bezel, which is even all around. And bezel to bezel thickness is 1.8mm. Now when we launched it last year, some of the competitors, and they had put up a doubt, oh, is it really 0.9mm physically? Now we have, this is a test report from one of the topmost certification agencies, MEMTO, and they not only do it for us, they are one of the oldest certification agencies, they do it also for the top electronics companies like Samsung. And they have re-verified those parameters. Now today we have not only the 0.9mm, which is 1.8 bezel to bezel, but we also have 3.5 and 4.9mm, multiple brightness and multiple size range. Because not all customers need the same product. And you have a budget constraint, you also have application constraint. So you pick the right product accordingly. Now, most importantly, we have some changes coming up here. We are introducing a Videowall with 44% haze, because there was a market demand for a screen without any reflection. Because when you put up large Videowall in a very brightly lit space, sometimes you get reflection, because to maintain the high brightness and high color effect, So we have also introduced a model which can be used in this special application areas. Now, I mentioned something called Videowall image creation. What do I mean by that? At the factory level, when we produce the liquid crystal module, there is some variation within that. So we do a compensation at that first, at the panel level, at LCM level. And when we produce multiple batches of this LCM, again a compensation is done. So this basically creates a variance which is less than 20 by 1000, we call it in the color code now. Why is it so important? Because when we talk about 5 by 1000 is noticeable to the human eye. So if I'm able to reduce it from 30 to 20, it's a major jump. So we have taken that pain to create a video wall which has less difference in color or white balance as we commonly call it. So when you put it up, you're already at a very stable stage. Next is the calibration. I mentioned something called high speed and precise calibration. How do we do it? Earlier we used to use a spider and a software connected. One person has to go and connect the spider to individual screen. It used to take time. And also you need two people to do it. Now you can put the camera in front of the screen, a DSLR camera. We have standardized on Nikon D5300 and with a specific lens because the optical properties are captured, and that is sent to the software directly so that the software can understand where each screen block is and it does the auto calibration. And the whole process brings down the time by 1/3. And this is already available now. You will be shown physically, and this is something which you can start using for your deployments. IPS panel, I don't think I need to revisit this. We have this inherent advantage. We give better picture quality in terms of brightness and color, both at an angle, more than our competition at any given rate. We have done enough tests, we have enough reports, statistics to prove that. Now coming to the installation part, we looked very tightly into the requirements of the physical installation, and we have changed the cable lengths, like the RS-232 DP cable lengths have been changed. The weight is drastically reduced. The 55VH7B is only 18.7 kilos. And we have also started using color codes because input output sometimes is difficult to perceive when you have fixed the video wall. So we are using color codes for that. The most important thing is the LAN daisy chain. The new models are with LAN daisy chain. So when you do a LAN daisy chain, you are not only talking about controlling and monitoring, you're also talking about data transmission and firmware update using the same. So it becomes very light and simple or clean behind installation. There is one more very serious development which we have done is the image gap reduction. When you see a moving image, very fast moving image in a video wall, there seems to be a lag between the two layers of screen. That means an image seems to be run faster with the bottom screen because the scanning starts on the top left and it goes like this, So what is